What is up, planet Earth and beyond? It's me, JJ, here, coming at you with yet another episode of Arkham. And if you guys are enjoying this series, please remember to hit that like button, hit subscribe, because we're just continuously going in. I am reaching a bit of burnout. I'm not going to lie. I've been trying to push through to finish this Arkham. Unfortunately, after months and months, usually my drive to, keep going, keep pushing in to finish these larger builds usually starts deteriorating. And so if you guys have any tips on how I can stay more motivated on these larger builds, please leave them down in the comments below. Today, what we wanted to be working on is kind of the areas that surround this. So this is the interior, and then we're going to be building an exterior that goes around it. And as you can see, the one that we had originally built is way too small, as per usual JJ fashion. Here we start small and end up getting way too big. Or in other words, we just build bigger because bigger is better, right? But yeah, so today we're going to be trying to focus on expanding the outside here. I'm going to have an entire separate section. So this little piece here was originally going to be the end, but I'm going to have an entire section here that comes out and is the main entrance. So my goal is to have, a rocky hill face coming up. So my goal here is to have some kind of entrance way for the Batmobile. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this yet and how I'm going to do that, but that's what we're going to be working on today. I'm still waiting on more window pieces to come in. I don't really like the brown and the different colors. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't do this wall better, but I'm not going to take it apart right now. I'm just going to leave that because I'm going to end up covering most of this wall. I really want to stick with the more almost all gray and just have spattered different colors throughout. I like that look much better than just the chaos look. This is kind of more of an interior wall, although it did eat up a large portion of my dark gray. So we're going to kind of be seeing how that goes. As we continue here, I am starting to get low on my supplies, so I'm going to have to get creative on the outer walls. Today we're going to be focusing, and probably the rest of the week, on this portion here, which is going to be the most difficult part. So let's see how that goes. Gone ahead and bricked in a little more. This is just kind of a faux. These stands are holding this up there here. So I've gone ahead and done that. We're going to have bricks going along the front here. I'm trying to use as few bricks as possible. I'm not really sure what the best way to fill in large areas is. So I'm kind of just trying to block off spaces as I go here. I got in a bunch of windows that are the same. So the windows will all be the same now. So I'll be able to switch out and make all the windows synonymous, all the same. This is how it's coming. This is how I've gone ahead. I did this part all in gray because it'll butt up against this, like so. I'm debating having a small bridge coming out this way and having some larger arch pieces going across it, but I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work yet. We'll kind of see how that goes as we go along here. So I've been building this up the way I normally do and kind of blocking it in, and I've been trying to leave more spaces than I typically do, but I think I'm going to try a different approach and just build a layer and then drop it down on the next one, because I kind of want this to slowly drop as we go down in here. And so I think my process is going to be just having long 2 by different whatever lengths going across and then dropping them one plate each time and trying to make it to where I'm just solidifying those rather than spending all this time trying to fill in this entire section. We'll see if that's any quicker. So my original plan was to have a island here with a road that went over and came up into this. I just don't think the island portion is working, or having a road. I don't know how to curve it and have it going up and having it look realistic. And I haven't really come up with a good technique or idea for how to do that. So I think in lieu of those things, we're just going to go ahead and ixnay that. And then we'll just have this round off. I'm thinking of having a chopper landing of some kind. And so I think it'll make a lot more sense just to have the building and then having a road that leads off into nowhere. At the moment, I think it'll make more sense as it being more of an Alcatraz type island, and I just don't know how to curve the road up in that angle. So I think we're just going to ixnay that idea right now and have some kind of heli landing for prisoners. I think it'll also add to the security aspect of what I'm going for. So with that, we'll go ahead and start building. Alright, so I think I've got a pretty good hold for the week. We've gone ahead and got our main entrance started, at least. So, really excited with how this is turning out. I don't love these heads. I've been trying to look online for another one. I really wish they did the large heads in a dark gray, but they haven't yet. So I'm trying to come up with a better alternative for that. Still debating on what to do with this road. My wife says I should make it turn and come down here, and I really like that idea, but I have no idea how to do that. And so still trying to decide on that aspect. Most likely going to stick with the helipad somewhere over here. But yeah, so as of right now, you'll enter Arkham through the mouth, and then you'll have the main jail cell area with the basement cavern with all of the slime and toxins, and then you'll come to the laboratory. And then I'm thinking about doing a second level to where you have a cafeteria and more jail cells, because I still haven't done several of the Arkham villains yet. I still have Poison Ivy, I still have Mr. Freeze, I still have Clayface. There are several others, but I think I'm just going to stick with those three for right now. Debated doing something different for Man-Bat, doing like a bird cage. We'll see how things go. I've been really debating whether or not I want to spend the time to rockwork all four sides in. It's just a lot of time and bricks. So I've been debating on whether or not to just do a facade and just have the front and side and leave the back the way it is, or whether or not to finish it. Let me know down in the comments. You guys think I should finish it, or should I just create a facade? I've got a lot of projects that I'm wanting to work on, and this one is taking way longer than I ever anticipated and eating up more bricks than I have, and don't want to continue spending more money on more bricks at the moment. I'm kind of trying to hold back on buying new bricks for the time being, but we'll see how things go. So I think that'll about wrap it up for this week. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.